Welcome back to Boost by Gear. We're back over here at the shop after the race. I noticed that my trans was making a lot of noise. I just drained the fluid. There's a lot of metal in there, so I'm going to pull it out and see what's going on and see what's possibly messed up. So I'll show you guys what it looks like when I get it apart, and hopefully it's not too crazy. We can get it fixed before the next race. The final drive. So we just got the case off, and it's missing a bunch of teeth off the final drive just at the top there. Right there. Right there. A couple other little pieces. The diff looks good though. Hopefully the final drive's good. I think it looks like all the other gears are great.
I think we're just missing some teeth, Ted.
Alright, let's get it apart. Alright, so we got this out of the trans. There's all the broken teeth on the top there and everywhere, just on the ring gear. So the ring gear's messed up. The actual counter shaft looks okay, so I think I'm gonna leave that, just clean it up a little bit, and then just clean everything because there's metal everywhere inside the trans now. So I'm gonna get this thing taken apart and try to find a ring gear. I have a couple from some front wheel drive trans. I don't know if they're the same, but I'm gonna go check real quick, and if they are, then I'll throw it on and get this thing back together. I got this thing all blown apart, and at first I only thought that all these teeth were cracked, but actually, I don't know if you can see that, but every single tooth is cracked all the way around the ring gear. And it's kind of hard to see, and this is kind of hard to focus, but every single tooth on this edge right here is cracked. So I think one more launch and this thing would have gone bye-bye. The final drive, the counter shaft looks alright. Like I said earlier, it's a little beat up, but it's nothing too crazy. So I think I'm gonna leave that, just clean everything and then get it all back together. But yeah, I'm gonna look for one of these here locally. Hopefully I can find one. If not, then I'll probably end up getting one from Honda and getting a couple bolts, because they got a little damage. They had a lot of Loctite on them, and when I went to zip them off, they got a little damaged. A couple of them got damaged, so I'll probably just end up getting new bolts too. So yeah, I'll get this thing all back together and get it back in the car, and hopefully we can go racing this weekend. So we'll see you guys when I get these parts and get this trans all slammed back together. At Boost by Gear, as you saw in that last clip, I got the trans all back together, got the rear end back in the car, trans back in the car, everything working, got the new turbo on it. So right now we're just going to change the oil, get some rear end oil in the car, put the catch band back on, and we're going to be headed to the Kings of Two-Step car show here in Loveland, so we can get the car out there and show it. And then tomorrow we're going to go racing at Bandamere. So yeah, I'm going to get this all done, and I'll get some clips to the car show, that way you guys can check that out too. And yeah, we'll see you guys out there. Hopefully everything's good. Got the rear end shimmed. It's a lot tighter now than it was before. It was pretty out of spec on the backlash. So now it's a lot tighter. It doesn't have as much slop as it did before. Feels really good. Shout out to Travis over at Trust Fab. He called me on FaceTime. We went through the whole rear end and everything, and he showed me how to do, you know, all the stuff I needed to do to the rear end. He overnighted me some shims to get the rear end right. So shout out to him. Thanks, man. I appreciate it a lot. Not a lot of people would do that for their customers, so I appreciate you, man. But yeah, let's get this thing all ready for to take it to the show, and I'm gonna be driving it over there. So hopefully the trans and the rear end are quiet now. Another thing I did to the trans that I don't think I mentioned earlier was that I put a longer final drive in it. So it was a 4.7, now it's a 4.3. So hopefully I can get out past the 60 before I have to shift and get a better 60 foot. So, okay, got that all finished up. Gonna go take it for a drive, make sure everything feels and sounds good. And then we'll be ready to hit the car show. Probably go hit the car wash real quick and get all the stuff off the windows. But we'll go take it for a little test drive and see how she drives. And then, yeah, we'll be good to go. Alright guys, we just pulled up to the ranch. This is where they're having the Kings of Two-Step show. Let's go check out some cars. Right. Got some big old trucks. Look how big these are. My gosh, those wheels are huge.
Alright, let's make a hole, guys, please. You guys are here on the concrete. I need you guys on the grass, okay?
Big turbo, yeah, right there. Big turbo Miata right here.
Low class. There we go.
Damn. Sick.
All right. Oil pan delete right there.
Yeah, on his right yeah, all the spring people. Keep that hot, keep the smoke, babe. Talk to me nice, keep her on the chain, that ain't right. Stats with no strings, I'm higher than a brain on my Skype.
If you're gonna do the two-step contest, you guys can start your cars 10 minutes prior to 1, 2, 3.
Heck yeah, I came out to Kings of Two-Step and took first most prestigious Acura. Pretty good for first show. They got pretty pissed off at me in the two-step competition because I had to load my car and it was crawling forward, and so I got kicked out of that pretty much first round. But yeah, pretty good for a car's first show. Check that out. So we'll see you guys tomorrow out at the track. Guys, we're back here at the shop. Just got back from the Kings of Two-Step car show. Car did pretty good. Got into the two-step competition. I wasn't gonna do it at first, but then I was like, why not? let's get in there. So I got in there. It didn't really want to come up on the two-step. It was kind of struggling to pull through like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, but then it finally went through. But this car, to get it to two-step, like good, you got to load it. So I had the car loaded and I started creeping forward. The guys were kind of freaking out about that, but they let me do it again. Car crept forward again, and they were just really freaking out that it was moving forward. So I got disqualified, but I think I beat the car next to me. It was a Civic with the K20 as well. And then yeah, we were pretty much gonna leave already, and then we waited for the award ceremony, and my name got called. Here's the trophy that I got, first trophy I've ever gotten. So it's Sterling's Customs Gearhead Society International Colorado First Most Prestigious Acura. So there you go. Pretty good today. We're just waiting for Kettles to get over here, get the trailer so we can get the cars loaded up. And we're gonna go up there actually tonight and stay up there, and then in the morning we'll get started. And hopefully we'll be making some passes by 10 a.m. Another thing I wanted to add, last night before I put the intake on the car, I actually put a boost leak tester on it, and I found a really big boost leak at my blow-off valve, so I took it off. The O-ring was kind of in the wrong spot, so I put it all back on, put it back together, got rid of that leak. So it was holding a steady 20 psi, so that's all good. We did a couple pulls with the new 6870 on here, watched the wideband, everything looked really good, so I think we're good to go. But yeah, so once Kettles gets here, we'll load these up, and we'll see you all tomorrow.